If the unseen feels more at home to you than the seen, then this space is for you. Here on Illuminate Your Truth, the spirit world is valid. I'm your host, Elena Isis. Let's dive on in. Hello. Oh my goodness. Hi, how are you guys? Thank you so much for joining me for today's episode. So extremely excited to be here. And I am just so thrilled to talk about today's episode. You know what? I'm just going to dive right in. I want to dive right into this topic. Today we're talking about the modern Rose Priestess and what that looks like. I feel like that sounds like a lot, and it's really hard to imagine what that looks like. And if you feel like you're called to this rose path, I just want to give you guys some practical ways that you can harness this energy, that you can walk this path, and what it even looks like to walk this path. So let's dive on in. All right. So what is a rose priestess? So a rose priestess is someone who carries the mysteries of the rose within themselves. And a rose priestess may also resonate with the rose lineage. So this may mean that you are a part of an ancient bloodline. And now this ancient bloodline is called the rose lineage. And this lineage, it consists of people like Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Jesus. These ascended masters were linked to the rose lineage. So this is an ancient bloodline, which means it goes back lifetimes, just like you do. So you may have worked alongside these ascended masters in teaching the mysteries of the rose. Not only these ascended masters are they relate to the rose lineage, but also the divine goddess Mother Isis. She plays a huge role in the rose priestess path. And some of you may also have worked alongside her in the sacred mysteries back lifetimes ago. Now, what does a modern rose priestess look like? What is the spiritual work that she is doing in her life that is calling her this rose priestess? All right, so if you are walking the rose priestess path, that usually means that you are connected and interested in learning about your womb. You want to do womb work. Okay, so you will be drawn to your womb. You'll be drawn to want to call attention to it. So awaken it. You will also want to learn how to connect with it, communicate with it. And you're also going to want to heal it. And you're going to want to heal not only your own trauma that's stored there, you're also going to want to start to heal your ancestral trauma, particularly your ancestral grandmother's trauma, but we're not going to limit it to that because you will also be healing your ancestral grandfather's traumas as well. Now, womb work, what is it? Womb work is just a spiritual path, and it blends into your life, okay? It becomes a part of your lifestyle, and it can look like different rituals that you perform on your womb, different healing practices that you perform on your womb, talking to your womb, connecting with your womb. You're going to embed these little bits of spiritual work into your life. Okay, so let's talk about awakening your womb. How can we do this? So awakening your womb just means you're starting to connect with it. Okay, it's not just like your stomach, like you're looking at your stomach like, oh, there's my belly, my womb's in there. No, we are going to get to know your womb on a spiritual level, and we're going to try to connect deeper to it, or just connect at all to it, because some of us may not even have done that before. I know that I did not. So We're going to really want to connect with our womb. You can start by putting your right hand on your womb. Hey, let's do this now. Put your right hand on your womb. And we're just going to take 3 deep breaths, okay? And we're going to send that breath down into our womb, this healing breath, this life into our womb, awakening our womb and allowing it to come alive to us. Focus your energy on that breath going down into that womb. And in your womb, I want you to visualize a red rosebud. And with every breath that you inhale, just visualize that rosebud opening up. All right, so we're going to do this 3 times, 3 breaths. While we're breathing in that life, imagine and visualize that rosebud opening and blooming and awakening. All right, so let's begin. All right, so we're going to start with our first breath, and we're going to take a nice, deep, beautiful inhale, filling our breath, feeling our lungs and taking it down into our bellies. Sending that air down, exhaling. Now take another deep breath, visualizing that rosebud opening, sending that healing breath in and exhale, breathing out any dark stagnant energy, anything we need to release. Inhale, breathing in life, and exhaling any dark stagnant energy, just allowing that flower to really, really open and bloom and blossom. Let's take another one. Let's breathe in, filling our bellies with love, with life, our wombs, and exhale, clearing it out. And now I'd like you to just sit there with your hand on your belly. Just sit and just listen for a few moments. If anything comes to mind, any words, if you see anything, just make note of it. Focus on your womb space. Still breathing in that healing energy into your womb. If she has something to say to you, just allow it to come. And if not, just be with her in this moment. All right. It's very beautiful. So, it can look something like that, okay? Just let your womb know that you are willing and wanting to connect with her, and she'll understand the call. Our bodies understand when it's time to come home to ourselves. So just allow that to awaken within yourself. And just allow that to awaken within yourself. I also have a guided meditation on my YouTube channel. It's called Womb and Heart Connecting Guided Meditation. If you need a little bit more assistance and a longer visualization, go check that out. It's a really, really nice way to connect. And I would listen to that pretty often if you are wanting to, get that relationship started. Listen as often as you need to, because it's just going to enhance that connection and just help you learn from her, help you hear her call. So next we're going to talk about healing your womb space. So we've gotten, we were talking about how to connect, which is super important. And so now, we're going to talk about how we're going to heal. So you could heal your womb all types of ways. You could say prayers. You can use tuning forks. I really loved using tuning forks. I have a chakra tuning fork set, and a lot of times I'll just use my sacral chakra one, and I'll just hit that and put it on top of my body. I love vibration. I love sound, healing, vibration. Like, oh my gosh, it's so easy. It really doesn't take much. You just play the instrument, and it just really helps to open and clear. I also suggest, if you are into doing any energy work, if you do Reiki, if you send in and receive light codes, definitely, oh my God, do that type of work on your womb. with that focus of healing. And, there's a particular light code. It's called the Rose Code. I'm going to talk about that later on in this episode, but that's an excellent light code that you can use to send into your womb space. Yes, so many fun light codes out there. Oh man, so fun. Excuse me. Oh my. So we can send in healing energy. That's an excellent way to start healing some of that. You can do guided meditations. You can do yoni steams. You can rub oils on yourself. You can mix like specific, like different essential oils. You could do a rose oil, with a little carrier oil. You could do a little bit of olive oil, a little grapeseed, and just kind of like, rub that all over your womb space and just like connect, like physically connect to this space. Another thing you can do is like shamanic bleeding. Oh my God, I love shamanic bleeding. I don't know if you've ever done it before, but it's literally like, you talk about like being a wild woman and like reveling in that. Holy shit. Like, I mean, shamanic bleeding is wild because you're literally walking around with nothing on. Like literally, like, I mean, whenever I shamanic bleed, I usually put on a really beautiful, like long skirt and really high, like thigh high socks. And you literally just allow yourself to free bleed. And I like to do this in the summertime, and like, especially when I can be outside. There's something beautiful about the blood dripping on the land and how that actually, your DNA like connects your spirit to the land that you reside on. It is the most beautiful shit I've ever experienced. Oh my gosh, shamanic bleeding. And whenever I do this, sometimes I'll even do it like, I've actually done it like out. Like I literally have like gone out, like I've put towels on my car and like gone to the park and stuff. Like I have done this. It is just such a beautiful way to connect on your period, like on your time of the month, where you can just be a woman and just be free. And you can like, you'll be able to, I don't know if you wear tampons or anything like that, but if you do, this is so crazy because like you can feel when your body's shedding, and it just puts you even more in tune with your body. It's like literally the most beautiful freaking thing ever. So if you want to connect with your womb, with your cycle, with yourself, shamanic bleeding is excellent. It's just such a beautiful thing. All right, so let's move on to the next thing. So we're talking about healing. So we're going to talk a little bit about one of my favorite topics, ancestral healing. Ancestral healing is a very huge part of womb work because once you get into healing your own trauma and, you're healing your lifetime's trauma and you're doing all this trauma work for yourself, your ancestors, you're going to be experiencing things and I don't know if you will. You might be experiencing things where you feel called to go to them or work with them. I have a lot of episodes about working with the ancestors. So go check those out on this podcast. I also have some YouTube videos about that too. But you want to start connecting with them. One, because they're going to help protect you. Your ancestors have your back. Like they got you. They're so much fun to work with. And so just allow that, like they're going to protect you. They want to help guide you. And you're going to want to start raising them up, assisting them, because a lot of the trauma that you'll find in your womb is not your own. And once you start discovering that, you're like, okay, I got to talk to grandma, like what happened? You know what I mean? Like you literally have to go into it because like you'll go there and be looking at the trauma and just be like, that didn't happen to me. So who did that happen to? Then you got to find out the family secret. Like you got to figure out who it happened to. It just gets to be really, like, it's fun. It's so fun. I love it. I'm obsessed actually. So healing your ancestral trauma, you're going to want to form a relationship with them. we store their traumas in us, so we have to recognize them. We have to see them. We got to feel what they went through, and we have to work it out. We're not alone. I'm going to talk about the help that we have with these guides, our spirit guides, but our ancestors need our help. So you're going to want to start to form a relationship with them. I have an ancestral prayer on my website that can help you get really clear on calling in the correct ancestors that'll help you. Remember, we don't ever want to call all of the ancestors. We don't want to call them all. Like, we don't want help from them all at first. We want to only call on the ones who have crossed over and who work in the light. Very important. Never want to just call them all up. So if you are looking to work with your ancestors, you feel that nudge, feel free to go over to my website, rosepriestesspath.com, and you will find my ancestral prayer that you can print out and put on your altar so that you can safely call your ancestors in. But a lot of the womb work is healing their trauma. So you can do this. You can do visualizations, and you can also just, once you start communicating with them, they're going to tell you. They're going to lead you down a path. I'm currently on one with my great-great-grandmother, and I'm just learning all these family secrets. I'm just learning so much. Learning about what happened to her, learning about her life, and me going along healing and just crossing people over, healing grandfathers. Oh man, they just take you. It's like such a journey, and there is no, I don't need to be in anybody else's drama or business, because I have so freaking much drama and crazy stuff happening in my bloodline from people who aren't even here. I'm going through finding these family secrets out, and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't even know that. I wonder if my mom knows that. And just crazy stuff. And people what, he did that to who? It's you are just in this, it gets crazy. Sometimes I'm okay, the drama is so much. I gotta it's fun, y'all. It's fun. Start working with your ancestors. And you're going to start healing their traumas, and they're going to lead you on some really cool journeys. So start connecting with them. Make an ancestor altar and go to it daily. It'll definitely assist you in that endeavor. All right, so another really important thing that is essential to your journey, on the Rose Priestess path, is connecting and talking to specific spirit guides. So I have a select few that I work with, and these are the main ones. Okay, so if you're a Rose Priestess, these are the ones you're really going to want to call in. So I work alongside Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, the Order of Magdalena. They kind of come as a group, Mary Magdalene and the Order of Magdalena. Archangel Michael, and the Divine Goddess Mother Isis. Oh my God, I love all of them. They've all really changed my life in a lot of different ways. I work with them all on different avenues, different areas of the Rose Priestess spiritual work that I do. They really help me in different ways. So those are the top ones that I would say work with. You can call on them just by simply saying a prayer and just calling them into your space and just asking for any type of help. And if you need them to help you connect with the Rose Priestess path, and just ask what the next step is, and they'll really help you with that. You definitely want to, this is a huge part for me as far as walking this path, is my connection to these guides. These guides are helping protect me. These guides are helping heal me. These guides are helping me in my spiritual work and with my family. It's a really big thing. So, don't be afraid to call them in. They really want to help you. I mean, this is free help, guys. You really don't have to you don't have to pay for anything. They just want to just call on them. We have free will. We have to call on them so that they can come help us. So just call on those spirit guides, and wow, they'll really help change your life and connect you to your Rose Priestess path. Okay, so my last and final topic here is the rose code, light code. I mentioned it a little bit earlier in the podcast. So working with the rose code, light code. So this light code is from the Ascended Masters realm, and I actually received it from Jesus, Mary Magdalene, and Mother Mary. They were the three that kind of sent that energy down, and now I'm able to hold it in my light body and, send it out through my physical body. I use it in my healing work. It's really good at dismantling like negative energy, transmuting it, any kind of negative entities, energies. It's really, really good at transmuting those energies, setting light into them. Really good heart opener. Really good for transmuting any kind of traumas within your womb space. And yeah, it's just a really good light code to work with. So maybe try calling on those Ascended Masters and, seeing if they can attune you to that light code. And you can use that in your energy healing work, just for yourself and your family, and to just help guide you and give you kind of like this like superpower as far as the light code. I like to just like, sometimes when I'm out, I will just like send the light code out with my hands and just kind of send that really positive energy out to the world. Hey, so whatever you want to do, however you want to do it. So those are just a couple of things that I really thought would help you if you're on your, this modern Rose Priestess path. And it's going to look different for everyone. Not a lot of people, I don't actually see a lot of womb priestesses talking a lot about the ancestor stuff. So I just knew that that's like, okay, this is where I really am supposed to shine here, because this is one of my favorite topics, and it's helped me so much along my womb priestess path that I was like, yeah, this is definitely all connected, and it definitely all works well together. So I just hope that that was helpful for you all, because when I was, 5-6 years ago, there was not really anyone talking about this. If it wasn't for my guides, Jesus, Mother Mary, Mary Magdalene, Archangel Michael, Isis, the Order of Magdalena, like, I don't know what I would have done, because I wouldn't have known what to do. They were really pivotal in my starting this journey. Whenever a lot of physical knowledge wasn't available, they were all those guys were there to kind of cheer me on and, guide me along this path. Jesus also being one of my, top, like, guides that I work with. Like, Jesus is, like, amazing to work with. I'm just gonna, like, say it right now. Like, he, like, believes in you, and Jesus believes in me so much, like, more than I believe in myself sometimes, and I really feel like sometimes that's, like, super important in order, in this life. Like, just having somebody believe in you can really change your life, and he's just played a pivotal role in my whole journey, honestly. But definitely this Rose Priestess path, really helpful. Mother Mary, oh man, shout out to her. Definitely pivotal, definitely really, really talented in the, like, mother wound healing work, and, like, anything with mothering, and, like, call on her if you need mothering. Like, Mother Mary wants to help you and your children. Excellent with kids. Really love working with her too. Gotta shout out Goddess Isis. Goddess Isis, like, she was one of the first spirit guides that came to me in my whole spiritual journey, honestly, and was just like, hey, like, I'm here. I'm here and I'm real. So, you have some work to do. But she's also really, like, huge mothering kind of energy. So there's lots of mothering here, a lot of mothering on this path. And it's a beautiful thing, because I don't know, maybe a lot of us don't have great relationships with our mothers. Maybe that's a thing. Maybe that's a common thing. I'm going to put that in the poll for the question, because I want to know, like, how's your relationship with your mom? Well, thank you guys so much for tuning in to this episode. I had a lot of fun shooting it. Yeah, so stay tuned for next week's episode. I have a couple, like, ideas on what I want to touch on. I don't know, we'll see. But thank you so much for tuning in, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye for now.
Be sure to subscribe to my show, Illuminate Your Truth. And if you would like to rate my show or leave me a review, feel free to do so. I really appreciate all these things. They just help me on this journey of growth and self-discovery. Grateful for every single one of you for tuning in, and I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, bye for now.